I mean, the underlying crimes are pretty heinous. So, I understand why people are concerned.
The attorney representing convicted child rapist David Alan Funston speaking out tonight and exclusively to Fox 40 in response to his client being granted elderly parole. Thanks for being with us tonight. For Fox 40 News at 10, I'm Eric Harriman.
And I'm Riley Carroll in tonight for Nikki Lorenzo. And just last week, the Placer County DA opened an old case against Funston stemming from charges originally filed in Roseville back in the 90s. That, Morgan Geyer said, is an effort to stop his parole from keeping him, and instead keep him in prison. Tonight, we hear from his attorney about why he says his client, Funston, has served his time and should be treated as such.
I generally don't comment on my cases in the media. However, when there's a lot of comment by law enforcement, when there's a lot of comment by the district attorney, sometimes I think it's proper for me to comment, and I think in this case it is.
Martin Jones of Chastain Jones has been a criminal defense attorney for 20 years, and he says Funston's case is not common.
This is not a situation that comes up very often, where he's been released on parole, and now he's charged with not a new crime, but a crime that occurred before he was sent to prison.
Okay.
So arguably, even if he's convicted, it doesn't violate his parole. It's really not about justice for the victim. They've known where he is for 30 years. They knew exactly where he was for 30 years. And so what it's really about is trying to keep him in jail.
Jones says it was not an easy process for Funston to be granted parole in the first place.
There are, instruments, there are risk assessments that are done to determine whether or not someone's going to be a risk once they're released. The Board of Parole took all those into consideration. They got a report from a forensic psychologist about his risk for reoffense. They're aware of that when they made their decision, and they considered his insight. And I think that's one of the big things they focus on is what's your insight, or what's an offender's insight into their crimes, and do they have sufficient insight so that they don't reoffend.
And Funston would have the highest level of supervision, basically 24/7 monitoring and constant lie detector tests and much more, should he be let out.
Yeah, but I understand why there's public attention in this case. Right? I mean, the underlying crimes are pretty heinous. So, I understand why people are concerned.
I asked if he thought laws would change after this to prevent another case like Funston's from being granted parole.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was changed based on this case. I think there's a big movement to limit the ability of sex offenders to parole. And the fact that elderly parole didn't have that carve out, I don't know that that's going to stay like that for very long.
And I closed the interview by asking Jones what he says when people ask why he defend a man with Funston's criminal history.
By defending Mr. Funston, I'm not defending in any way the things that he did. I'm not condoning in any way the things that he did. But I am his advocate in the law. And so it's my job to make sure that the law is enforced, at least from his perspective, against the perspective of the government. And that's the way that our legal system is set up. It's an adversarial system. And the idea is that when you have two adversaries fighting over an outcome, that you reach the most fair outcome.
And the maximum sentence for the new charge is 8 years. However, Jones believes one of the reasons why Placer County wants to reopen this case is that it may trigger other provisions of the law that would prevent Funston from ever getting out. Funston will have his arraignment and bond hearing Monday afternoon in Roseville.